Hello and welcome to MusicSceneSD TV's 5th episode, brought to you by EnterTalk.net and LocalUmbrellaMedia.com, who takes care of the publishing side of things. We're going to start off today's news with the announcement that the San Diego Music Awards 30th Anniversary Edition will now have a new award, the San Diego Music Industry Award, which this year will be given to Liz Abbott of the San Diego Troubadour. The Troubadour has been promoting San Diego music now for more than 2 decades, and Liz Abbott is a big part of the reason why San Diego's music scene has such a family feel. We want to congratulate Liz on this wonderful award. In other news, San Diego Opera fans will want to check out the Spreckles Organ Pavilion in Balboa Park on July 31st, when a special presentation of The Enchanted Tale, written by Victoria Robertson, will be presented. This is part of the Opera for Kids program. It's free and a great way to get kids involved in classical music. You'll hear selections from Mozart, Beethoven, etc., with, of course, new lyrics in English, costumes, sets, the whole shebang. It's a very new experience for children. They're going to love it. Opera for Kids, July 31st, the Spreckles Organ Pavilion in Balboa Park with Victoria Robertson. Some quick news spots here. In residency news, every first Tuesday you can find the Charlie Arbelez and Matt Hall Big Band laying down great jazz tunes at Queen Bee's. Meanwhile, in other news, guitarist Rob Shino of the band Hemisphere, who's nominated this year at the San Diego Music Awards, let us know that they'll be heading to the studio soon with legendary guitarist Peter Sprague to record a new album, Unity. Also look for them to release a cover of David Bowie's Rebel Rebel a little later on this year. That should be a lot of fun. In other news, if you've ever wondered what happened to Tolan Shaw, formerly of the New Archaic, he's been spending time with a band you may well know from the 80s and 90s, the Bodines. Additionally, he's going to be releasing an album this October called Sticky Notes, and he's formed a new project called After Hour, featuring guitarist Lincoln Parrish, formerly of Cage the Elephant. And finally, in new release news, upcoming albums of note include, of course, as we just mentioned, Tolan Shaw's Sticky Notes, Waves with Hideaway, and Switchfoot has just announced their new album called Interrobang. As well, we have new videos out this month from Biggie Babylon, All In, Tamar Burke, Cleveland, Robert Bidney with Thank Goodness for the Giving People, K-Rock the Phantom with Letter to My Son, Switchfoot's Fluorescent, and Waves with Hideaway. Be sure to pick up a copy of the recordings or watch the videos on YouTube or wherever you care to. Thanks a lot. Hello and welcome back to MusicSceneSD TV, brought to you by EnterTalkMedia.com and Local Umbrella Media Publishing, who bring you all those neat community newspapers you see around town, which include MusicSceneSD TV. So we're bringing to you a focus on San Diego's music scene that I don't think has been seen before. We're showing both the background and the foreground of music, what's on stage and what happens behind the scenes. Today, our guest is Mark Langford from Rock and Roll San Diego, and crucially, Mark Langford's Rock and Roll San Diego has taken over Spectrum Audio, one of the top sound companies in San Diego. Tell us a little bit about that, Mark.
Yeah, well, Joe D'Amico has been a friend of mine for many, many years. We go back to the early 80s. We were both playing with Mark Stevens, who had Enforcer. And I think when Warren DeMartini joined, went up to, I auditioned, I got the guitar part in there, but I had met Joe because Joe and Mark had played together for many years. And I started a sound company in 81. And which became very successful. And Joe started his in 83. Well, he passed away a year and a half ago or so. And his wife called me and said she was going to liquidate the company. And I thought, well, hell, he spent almost 4 decades building this thing. He does so many things in San Diego. Let's keep it going. So basically we worked out a deal and we keep it going. Now we're going to be doing the Adams Avenue Street Fair. We got all the OB activities. There'll be Moonlight Beach and Encinitas, all these different projects that will be handling now, so it didn't have to dissolve the company.
Wow. So you were able to take over the whole thing wholesale?
Correct. Cool. Everything, including backline, the trussing, staging, and audio.
Some of the employees came over as well?
Almost everybody, yeah.
I believe Patrick Scanlon did as well?
Yeah, Patrick Scanlon.
Patrick's there. So the old familiar faces you've seen at the fairs and stuff will still be there, but now through Rock and Roll San Diego.
Right, and we're really excited about it because it kind of completes our whole thing. Already we are able to get people in there to rehearse at Rock and Roll San Diego and form bands, and we're able to video them, to record them, and now we can get out and get them up on stage. In fact, this June 26th in OB, we're doing it 10 till 6 p.m. and we've got 8 different bands that practice throughout the in the community who are all coming to play.
Excellent, excellent. Now, what kind of lesson plans do you guys have? Do you just have regular guitar lessons there, or what kind of stuff?
Yeah, we do the basics. We don't do horns and things. We do guitar, bass, drums, and piano. And we have different instructors who are all seasoned professionals.
What about vocals? Anything?
Yeah, the vocals. There's 3 vocal instructors. Astor Kelly,
Okay.
and
Astor
Christina
Kelly.
Bennett,
Okay.
and then Verdell Smith.
Oh,
And
all well-known names in the
yeah,
city
and so
community.
we actually need more, because that's one thing that we get more calls on than we have instructors for at the moment.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Opportunity knocking right there. Right there. So what do you got coming next in the year? What are the plans for Rock and Roll Say? How are you going to expand?
Okay, well, actually, I'm looking right now to we're looking for another facility real close to ours to expand mainly for monthlies and our warehouse of this new company, because we have a temporary warehouse, but we need a big, massive warehouse for all this equipment.
How many stages could you guys run simultaneously?
Stages? Oh, right now, as a company,
all the
6, I believe. And then we have several people who have worked for Joe who sub in things, and they've already called us into offers. So, I would probably comfortably 6 or 7 stages.
Well, I got to say, losing Spectrum Audio would have been a huge loss, no matter what happened afterwards, right? So the fact that you were able to save it and keep Joe's vision alive, that's wonderful. So all us music fans owe you a debt for that right there. I mean, we all love Joe D'Amico. He did sound for pretty much half of the music.
And he was a great player, too.
He was a great player as well.
Player,
just a wonderful man in general.
Yeah,
so,
and it was just unfortunate, but as it is he built a really great company, and we're very proud to be able to continue. And I knew the business anyway. I'd done it. I used to do virtually, I think, every street fair in San Diego for 10 years. I did everything back in the early days.
Okay. Well, this is wonderful to know. So if you are looking for Spectrum audio quality things, let's try that again. So there you have it. If you're looking for sound equipment in San Diego, if you were a fan of Spectrum Audio back in the day, Rock and Roll San Diego is the location you've got to go to. Coming up next, we're going to have Audrey Callahan perform a song for us. Audrey, why don't you come over and say hello? Hey, everybody. It's San Diego Music Award nominee Audrey Callahan. Audrey, tell everybody what you're nominated for this year.
Best Pop Album for my very first Christmas album called The Magic of Christmas.
Wow, what inspired a Christmas album? I mean, that's a theme, right? That's the theme.
Yeah, it's very specific. I've always loved Christmas. I just love the vibe around that time. And I've always grown up. Mariah Carey is one of my favorites. And she's the Christmas queen. And I've just always loved the aesthetic and the outfits and the dancing and the singing and really just the feeling of being together and being so warm around that time. All the family comes together. I just really wanted to capture it and have my own message, be able to put it on a CD and give it to my family as gifts and play it for whoever it may resonate with. And I just had to do it. It was a milestone for me in my career for sure.
Well, it apparently resonated with quite a few people because you got that nomination. That's wonderful.
I couldn't believe it.
Now, how did you pick the songs? I know you've had some originals. It's a mix of originals and covers. How did you pick the music on that album?
So I knew I wanted to have something upbeat. I'm obsessed with Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. So I wanted something that you could dance to, decorate the tree to. So I made an original that is along, the upbeat lines. And then I had another original that was more sentimental, that was about family, which is really important to me during that time and always. And then I did some public domain covers. I did a really fun cover of Mr. Grinch that's really kind of like almost cabaret meets hip hop.
Yes, that's really good.
Interesting.
It's a standout track on the album,
yeah,
definitely.
and then Auld Lang Syne is a staple, so I threw that one on there. And then I did an a cappella cover of Jingle Bells with a good friend of mine. It's a public domain cover. It's all a cappella. He does the beatboxing, and it almost feels like it should be in a commercial somewhere, which it might. I'm working on it. I have some plugs for that. So yeah, I'm just working all the angles for the album.
That's awesome. Now, where do you usually play around town? What are some of your favorite venues to perform in?
So interesting enough, I started my journey in San Diego with a band called Breezin'. Shout out to Breezin'.
Wow.
And I played with them for about 5 years. But then I transitioned into mainly doing online work, especially with COVID and all of that. And I love to travel, so I'm gone a lot. So I'm doing a lot of online work now. Session vocals is what I get hired mainly for. Yeah, so I'm in video games and movies and TV and.
Well, anything we may have heard of?
Aeon Legions of War is a video game that I'm in by NCSoft. I'm trying to think. The Aerialist is a movie that Pink endorsed, the singer Pink. She watched it and gave us a plug. Nothing huge right now, but
you're keeping
a lot
busy.
Yes, I'm keeping busy. But when I was gigging, I love the casinos. They were fun to play. Coyote Barn Grill, I used to play a bit.
Are the casinos a tough gig?
They are. And that's almost why I was a little bit excited to be able to sing from home, because I didn't have to lug equipment. I didn't have to get out of my pajamas if I didn't want to. And, it's long shifts at the casinos.
Right.
And a lot of times it can be smoky in there, and I don't smoke. So
You have to play music you don't like?
That too. Not necessarily that I don't like it, but, it's like the 100th time that I've sang Firework by Katy Perry. I'm kind of like, okay, I'm ready for something else. So nothing against the live cover scene. I think it is such a needed industry, and I love dancing to a really good cover band when I'm out.
Right.
But just my personal journey took me away from that and more into, I really dove into songwriting and session work.
Well, actually, that dovetails beautifully into the next question. So when can we expect the new album of original music?
Well, I have a single coming out this summer. It's going to be the single of the summer. It's called C'est la vie. I'm focusing on singles right now.
Okay.
I'm just building a huge catalog, just kind of exploring different avenues. This one is a modern pop type of song. I have some bluesy type country that's coming out. I'm just having fun creating the world right now.
let me ask you, what inspired you to play piano? I mean, you could play tuba, piccolo, maybe, you know, tin whistle, but what inspired the keyboard?
I actually don't play keyboard.
Oh.
I can fake play it. So I don't know if you saw a video where
I did.
So there's I have this little keyboard and I can play a few beats and then I loop it and then that creates my backing, but I don't do it live because, it's kind of nerve-wracking. I do have a vocal looper that I'll use sometimes, but I don't actually play keyboard.
Oh, that's great. I got to use that, man.
I'm
just going to get an Emerson Lake and Palmer set up and just kind of, people just go, wow, cool.
Yeah.
Well, so what's coming up next for you? When is the next album? What is, are you going to tour? What's coming up next year?
Next up for me is I'm preparing for my single that's coming out this summer. And then I do have a lot of travel coming up. I make travel music videos. So I have a song that I make and then I film my travels while I'm away and I put it together into a music video and I put it on my YouTube channel. So I have a lot of that to look forward to this summer.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to leave you with this because you got a song that you're going to play in just a moment. But let me ask you, should you win, and I don't see why not, but should you win your award, where are you going to put it? What are you going to do with it?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to put it, I live on a ranch that's covered in crystals. And so I feel like I'm going to grab some crystals from the land and put it around the beautiful glass statue that I've seen everybody have that I don't have one yet. And I'll put it just front and center right when you walk in the house. There it is. Bam.
Yeah, there you go. All right, everybody. Audrey Callahan nominated for the San Diego Music Awards this year, 30th annual at Humphreys Concerts by the Bay, August 24th. Thank you so much. Audrey's going to do a song for us in just a moment.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to MusicSceneSD TV's Cool Stuff Corner. Although today it's Gadget Corner, I'm here once again with Professor Mike Ruggirello of the Theory Thursday podcast. And he's going to demonstrate something for us, a brand new fuzz pedal. Take it away, Mike.
All right, Bart. So yes, I love fuzz pedals. Most of us guitar players into Jimi Hendrix and a variety of other musicians like fuzz. So this is not only a fuzz, it's also a vintage distortion. So if we get a little shot right here, the top knobs, we have tone, distortion, and level. So this is what the vintage distortion sounds like. That's the gain all the way up. So what's cool about this, guys, is that that's got a really baggy loose end. It reminds me of playing certain pedals through a Fender amp. Now, if that's your bag, you're gonna love that tone. But my favorite setting about this, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the distortion off. I'm going to go over to the fuzz. Now, the fuzz is the bottom group. We have gain, a tone switch, 1, 2, and 3, and then finally volume. Check this out, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fuzz on. This is setting 1, 60s. Now, what that means, there's no compression. It's really, really loud. You can hear those qualities. Basically, there's two different types of fuzz. Germanium transistors or silicone. This has silicone in it. All right, so check it out. Here is setting 2. Now, it's gonna get a little quieter, but it's twice the amount of fuzz with some compression. So what we do to compensate, we're gonna turn the gain up a little bit. Oh, it looks like a dirty pot there. So you can,
rock and roll.
It's rock and roll. You can hear the grit, the girth, and the excitement. So, pretty familiar sound, right? Now here's my favorite, ladies and gentlemen. This is number 3. Bart, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
This is 70s fuzz with high octave. Check this out. Now you start doing octaves or power chords. Oh my God, I love this thing. This is a very interesting pedal. It's made by G&I. It's a boutique pedal out in Brazil. Andy Timmons, one of a very renowned guitar player teacher, he has his own model by this. If you like the sound, go check out gni.com. Get yourself one.
Thank you so much for watching Music Scene SD TV. This is cool stuff. Actually, Gadget Corner today with Professor Mike Ruggirello. Thanks for showing us this pedal, man. In the meantime, you can watch Mike on Theory Thursday, coincidentally on Thursdays. Check it out. Welcome back to Music Scene SD TV. We're here with Audrey Callahan, nominee for Best Pop Album in the 2021 San Diego Music Awards. Take it away, Audrey.
Thank you.
People say that I drink too much, waste my time on things I just can't touch. Well, I say in me, I trust. If I'ma be here, I'll mistake to swallow my face, my inner love. Yeah, I know that life ain't just butterflies and brightly colored rainbows. I can't write my story though, and what I see are your smiling faces, sold out stages, going places. 'Cause I'm not slowing down, no. To what I see come true. Gonna do what I came here to do. Say what you will about it on me. I'll make my way unconventionally. Mama said I can't be what I wanna be. Put yourself in the stream, don't let it just be a dream. Yeah, I know that life ain't just butterflies and brightly colored rainbows. I can't write my story though. And what I see are your smiling faces, sold out stages, going places. 'Cause I'm not slowing down, no. To what I see come true. Gonna do what I came here to do. You only get one go around. I'm not wasting time, will drag my feet on the ground. With every setback comes a new path. Not gonna analyze every little up and down. Every day's a chance to make a change. Stop the stress and count the blessings. Take a deep breath in and feel the earth move to my new groove. Write the story of my life, starting right now. Ooh, oh, oh. Yeah, what I see are your smiling faces, sold out stages, going places. 'Cause I'm not slowing down, no. To what I see come true. Gonna do what I came here to do. Came here to do. Yeah, yeah.
Audrey Callahan, San Diego Music Award nominee for the year 2021, Best Pop Album. Thank you so much, Audrey. Cheers.